What's up, YouTube? It's Joel here with your fourth stimulus check update. We've got so much good news because yes, Biden has said yes to more stimulus checks. We will get into all the details about that. But it's not looking good for Republicans on getting a bill passed bipartisan with Biden on this infrastructure. But it is looking really good for those that are looking for a fourth stimulus check. And now we've got Biden, who is now working more with Chuck Schumer on going through this whole process through budget reconciliation to get his $4 trillion stimulus packages passed. We've got student loan forgiveness information, which is on the table. So this is looking good for all those borrowers that have student loan debt. We also have got Biden, who says that he is good with federal unemployment benefits ending in September. This is your stimulus and economic news update, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. And if you don't mind, could you do me a huge favor and destroy that like button for this video? I can't tell you how much it means to me in growing this channel. True Life Investing would not be here without you. I appreciate you so much. And please, if anyone asks you for personal info or to contact them on WhatsApp, it's not me, it's fake, it's spam. Please don't do it. So we've got President Joe Biden, who has indicated that he supports allowing the extra federal unemployment aid to expire in early September. That's that extra $300 being added every week to unemployment. Now remember, we already have 25 states who plan to cancel this extra aid by the end of July. And the president said a temporary boost in unemployment benefits that we enacted helped people who lost their jobs through no fault of their own and who still may be in the process of getting vaccinated. But it's going to expire in 90 days. It makes sense that it expires in 90 days. We have Republicans and business groups who have stepped up and voiced their complaints concerning labor shortages with the last shocking jobs report that just came out last month that has showed that there is a slowdown in the April's pace of hiring. The president then emphasized that jobless people risk losing their benefits if they turn down suitable work. So 2 months in a row, we have missed the mark severely in terms of getting as many new jobs added than what was expected in place. So this isn't surprising to see. The biggest push for this is because the vaccination rollout has been so large, so big. There is this notion that things are getting back to normal because people are vaccinated and they want people to be able to get back to work. But because of not being able to get as much new jobs in place, that's where they feel that it's time to let these extra additional federal unemployment aid expire so that people are more inclined to get back to work. How are things going for you? Or do you think they should let it expire or extend it? Or what do you think on this situation? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. So a lot of people have been concerned about student loan forgiveness, student loan cancellation. How much is it going to be? So we have the leader of the Senate, Chuck Schumer. We've got Elizabeth Warren, who's a senator, who have both been the biggest proponents of canceling $50,000 in student loans for all borrowers. We also have over 400 organizations and over millions of people that have signed a petition with those that have lobbied for President Biden to cancel student loan debt up to $50,000. So President Biden has said, look, we're going to cancel student loan debt up to $10,000 for every borrower. This loan would dramatically change so many people's lives concerning student loan debt. But Biden has asked the U.S. Department of Justice and the U.S. Department of Education to review his legal authority when it comes to canceling and forgiving student loan debt through executive action. Because normally you would go through Congress and get things voted on and then it would be done there. But a lot are saying, including the leader of the Senate, Chuck Schumer, and Elizabeth Warren, that says Biden can do it alone. Now, is this right? But this is what he's looking into, because it's one thing to be able to just wipe away the student loan debt instead of going through the normal process, because we're not talking about 1 million, 50 million, 100 million. We're talking hundreds of billions of dollars all the way up into trillions of dollars of student loan debt. So this is a lot of money. And right now, we're already increasing the national debt. So you can see where Chuck Schumer is continually working with Senator Warren to get this completed and help millions of Americans out from this debt. But Biden is more concerned about if it's the right thing he can do and if he's even allowed to do it through executive action. Right now, the way things are going in the Senate, which is not looking good for Republicans, but Chuck Schumer is preparing to get these other huge stimulus bills passed through budget reconciliation. So since things are heading in that direction, he can also add canceling student loans in the same process because they can through the budget reconciliation. So this would allow them to literally cancel as much as needed because this process doesn't need any Republican votes. They do it through Congress, and it can be done easily with the Democrats in place. And this is something that they actually can do. So most student loan borrowers haven't made a payment in over a year, thanks to the Education Department's interest waiver first announced in March 2020. So that break is expected to end in October. But we've got Education Secretary Miguel Cardona, who recently said that he's considering extending that right now beyond October to give more people relief. This would allow more people to have more time to spend their money on other things while we still are getting back to the normal from this pandemic. So let me know, do you have student loan debt? Are you in favor of canceling the student loan? Should Biden do it by himself? Or do you think it's cool for Chuck Schumer to do it through the budget reconciliation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. So on to the fourth stimulus check. Now I'm gonna break this all down and show you that if you're looking for another stimulus check, what just happened is looking really good for you. So Biden has ended a week-long, you're talking about weeks of negotiating and trying to reach a deal with Senate Republicans for this new infrastructure plan. He started out at $2.2 trillion and literally brought it all the way down to just over $1 trillion. But it wasn't good enough for the Republicans. Republicans want to stay around $800 billion. And because of that, Biden said, nope, I'm cutting the negotiations. It's not going to work. So they could not get close enough on the cost. So Biden has literally just stopped negotiating with them because he believes that there's too much to be done and it needs to be done now, not later. So he has literally kicked that bipartisan bill to the curb. Now remember, this is going the same route as the first bill this year that was passed, that $1.9 trillion stimulus package with those awesome $1,400 checks that were sent to everybody. The same process. Biden tried to go at it in a bipartisan way, but the Republicans don't want to spend that much money. And so again, they have reached the same dead end on these talks and are back to going through the same process as they did before through budget reconciliation because they don't need any Republicans. The funny thing is that Schumer already was preparing for this weeks ago. As soon as they started negotiating, this guy was already starting the process for this reconciliation. This is the process where, they don't need any Republican votes. They can amend the budget and allow it to get so much things passed and paid for with just the Democrats alone. We even had key progressives who said that all these bipartisan talks just need to stop because they want to spend $4 trillion and the Republicans only want to spend around $8 billion. So we are talking about a huge gap between them all. We even got Representative Pramila Jayapal. She's one of the chairwomen. She's one of the progressive chairwomen who says that bipartisan infrastructure talks are proving to be a waste of time and has urged Democratic leaders to move forward with a reconciliation bill that doesn't need Republican votes to pass. She even said that the Senate and the House need to immediately begin working on the budget resolutions to pass the other bill, the American Families Plan bill, through the same process of reconciliation so that we can deliver on our promises. The White House said that the president spoke with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer about going ahead and moving forward with the budget reconciliation process as a potential pathway to get his $2.25 trillion infrastructure proposal passed this summer. So we even had White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, who said in a statement that Biden spoke with Schumer to discuss the need to commence work on the budget resolution process so that the legislation to advance the president's economic priorities and tax reform plans could move to the Senate floor in July. This brings us back to our date because remember, Nancy Pelosi said, we're going to have a bill on the floor by July 4th, absolutely. So this is us getting to see a forced stimulus check in the working. Those on SSI, SSDI, and Social Security, and those making under $150,000 less would get one of these stimulus checks. We're talking about $2,000 for adults and $1,000 for children up to 3 max. Now they can do it. They have the way, they have the means. You got Bernie Sanders and 27 other Democrats who said that they are ready to add these stimulus checks to the infrastructure bill because it's going through the reconciliation process and they don't need any Republican votes. So they can actually get more stimulus checks passed. On top of that, you have Biden who says that he's open to the idea and wouldn't oppose more stimulus checks. So everything is heading in that direction because they're going to go through budget reconciliation rather than bipartisan with the Republicans. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section on what's happened and what you think. I read every one of your comments. You know I try to respond to almost every one of them because it means something to me whenever you comment down. And I appreciate every one of your likes as well. But remember, this channel is True Life Investing. We're building wealth for ourselves, for those around us to get to financial freedom. We ain't waiting on those stimulus checks. We can start investing. You can start investing. Go get you 2 free stocks with Webull worth up to $1,850. Or go with Robinhood. You get $500 up to $500 worth of free stocks with them as well when you sign up. These are easy to use platforms. They get you going in the right direction and growing money. And I can tell you from experience, I started investing last year, opened up my Robinhood account, and I've made so much money. And I just feel like it's such a blessing that you get on this path, you start learning about it, you start asking questions, and then you start learning what it takes to build that wealth through investing and having your money work for you. So those links are down in the description. Let me know which free stocks you get and take some extra change and change your life. It doesn't matter if it's $1, $5, or $10. I only put $20 to my Robinhood account every single week. And I know you can too, to build some wealth for you. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all stimulus and economic news that affects you and to learn how to build some wealth. This is Joe with True Life Investing. Until next time, peace out.